Audio check. All right, I think that audio is coming in pretty good. Let me know if it is too loud or something like that. We'll probably start in about 5 minutes or so. So let's go take a look at it. Oh man, Joe has awakened from his slumber. Hey Joe, see you in chat there. All right, cool. I'm just gonna make sure everything is working. Like I said, we'll probably be starting in a couple minutes, so we're just gonna be hanging out. Ooh, look at that. Perpetual cascading Streamlabs. Because I am too cheap to actually set up a second monitor. All right, what's up, everyone? Like I said, we'll be starting kind of officially in a couple minutes or so. But we got it kind of set where we need to be, which is in our database, because we're going to be doing something today. Just hanging out for about an hour or so and trying to get something working. So we'll talk about it, what we're doing. I think everyone that's from my Discord already knows what we're doing, but some of you that are just subscribers or just followers may not know the next thing that we're working on, which I'm very excited about. I just getting my chat set up. Smoking Aces. You know, Smoking Aces will probably be somewhere. I just got done filming my my next episode of Billy Corgan's NWA, in which Ace Austin's may be being looked at for a role. So perhaps it will be there, perhaps it will be in here. We do not know. All right, I think chat's working. Chat looks set up. So, as you can see, this is just a backstage thing. We are just working on a database, sort of. What the big plan is I kind of gave you a taste earlier, and let me see if I can pull up my Photoshop to kind of show you what we're working on, to give you a little bit of a hint. Yeah, that should work fine enough on that screen. So, very neon, very futuristic. We are restarting Cyberpunk Pro Wrestling, but in a totally different way. Totally different. And you guys are going to be on the ground floor of it, because I need your help. I need your guys' wisdom, insight, and you guys are going to be basically my producers in kind of casting roles in a very different way than we've ever done before. Yes, Elon Musk is actually going to be the owner of Cyberpunk Pro Wrestling. It was either him or Jeff Bezos, but honestly, I prefer Elon Musk and his craziness over Jeff Bezos and his kind of pretentiousness. And it felt like he would fit well in the weird rich guy spending too much money to make a passion project a reality. So what is Cyberpunk Pro Wrestling for those that are new to the channel? Well, Cyberpunk... Oh, God, what's this nonsense? There we go. Cyberpunk Pro Wrestling was originally a local-to-global series that was kind of inspired by, like, a Chikara. Yeah, that is Elon Musk. So it's a weird one, because it kind of... I was playing around with the idea of doing a local global that was like a kind of styled like a futuristic take on characters and things like that, but I want to go all in on that instead of doing a local to global series, which honestly I felt was just too difficult with the idea. We're gonna make a smaller company, and we're basically going to probably do a very Lucha Underground style promotion. So the plan is that it's going to be a serial drama where wrestlers are portraying fictional characters, and they are taking place in a far future, approximately the year 2084, and it's a dystopian hell world of post-automated society where there are no jobs, the rich are obscenely rich, and the poor are destitute. And the desire of the working elite to have some kind of entertainment, because they don't work anymore, they just basically make money from automated businesses. They have of a bloodlust. And so blood sport has become popular, and wrestling, basically underground wrestling arenas, become the most important for them. And it'll be about a series of characters that are living through that world. And it's going to be like a big, more cinematic approach to a pro wrestling promotion. It sounds like 2023. It's honestly, Doc, Persona, it's like hella closer to reality. I keep on feeling like the old man screaming about like a post automated society basically ruining Western civilization, but like we're gonna basically make that. It's gonna take place in 2021 in the real world. So the idea is that we're still gonna be managing the show like we normally would in a TEW save. So wrestlers, all their problems, all their drama, we're going to be using the real world chronicles. We're not going to use a custom... Well, we're going to customize it because we're going to make our own promotion in it, but it's not like we're making a fantasy mod that takes place in the future. Instead, like Lucha Underground, we're going to be doing a serial drama in the real world, but trying to make the product and build it. It's kind of honestly like my dream promotion. So that's kind of the goal. Um, we're probably going to model it similarly to Lucha Underground, but I don't think we're going to keep the same product and listings. But it's going to be, a similar size at first. It's probably going to be small size, maybe a little bit bigger, because the idea is that it's sort of a passion project for an eccentric millionaire that has the money to kind of put it out somewhere. But it's going to be up to us to see if we can prove to the world that cinematic wrestling is a viable option. So it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited, but what are we doing today? Well, for the next hour and a half, I want to build the promotion, and I want you guys to help me in the chat live casting, because we're not hiring wrestlers to portray themselves. We're going to be hiring them based on their aesthetics, their styles that we already know, to portray unique characters. So I'm hoping that we can get the product sorted out, we can get the company sorted out, and ultimately we can also do some hiring. We might not come up with character ideas today, but if you have ideas for their names or personalities or even some backstories, join the official Discord. I'm going to make a Cyberpunk suggestions Discord channel feed in there so we can kind of talk about different wrestlers and actually kind of come up with some collaborative storytelling ideas for these characters. So it's going to be pretty cool. If you guys are down, let's go ahead and try to start building this. See, there's about 16 people in the chat, so that should be more than enough to kind of get started and get some help on the way, because I definitely need some help. If it was up to me, as you all know, Brian Pillman Jr. would be the protagonist of the story, and probably Enzo Amore would be in there for some reason. So we can't let that happen. We got to stop me. Help me stop me, basically. Let me hold. I need someone to hold me back. So, yeah, I mean, in the Discord, someone showed me the octopus mask of John Grisham. I don't know if he's even in this mod, but if he's not, because we're not starting it, we can always add him. We'll just have to kind of leave make a note of who we want in here. But first, let's build the promotion. So first thing we have to do, I think I already added Elon Musk into the save. I'm pretty sure. We can double check, because he is going to be our owner. He's not going to be a character. He's just going to be who we play as. Yeah, he's there. I got to change. I add a picture, obviously. One of the things we're doing is we're adding custom. Anybody that is in our game world, they're going to get that custom little portrait that has a very cyberpunk look to it. I'm really happy with how it looks. I will be also releasing this as a sort of split mod with probably a picture pack, and not everybody will be in there, but I'll have a template. So if you want to do it on your own, I'll have a template that's pretty much what I have here right now, that I can just slot people in as I see fit, and it pretty much always looks fantastic. These are just some examples. I think it looks really great. But everyone will have a custom picture pack to kind of identify them differently in this world. Cool. I mean, yeah, so Dr. Persona does say that John Grisham is in the mod, which is awesome. We will definitely utilize him. So the first thing I want to look at... Oh, what am I doing? I just went right out of the mod. Oh, God. I'm just clicking everything wrong now. The first thing I want to do is I want to look at Lucha Underground's size, because I think that's basically where we're going to have to start. Because I'm thinking about this realistically. So what is this promotion going to be? It's going to be a company that is run by a crazy person, right? Run by like a rich billionaire as a passion project. So it's going to have a lot of infused capital, but who's going to pick this up right away, right? It's a serial drama in a post-apocalypse that is half TV show, half professional wrestling. Like, I don't know if that's going to get into the mainstream right away. We're going to want it to get into the mainstream, but it's not going to start there, right? It's going to start probably on like a weird channel, like maybe like a sci-fi network. So we should probably look at what sci-fi network's rating is. Right, TV app. That's also an option. Yeah, Coheed's got a good point. We could do it as like a digital, like a TV app. CW would. They love trash. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it needs to start in like a shittier spot. Like it needs to start like at a sci-fi network, like a place that's like desperate for a weird sci-fi show. And the fact that they ran SmackDown for a while, though I guess they are owned by USA, so is there conflict there? I don't know. CW is not a bad option, but I feel like that's too big of a channel. Like I feel like that's where we should run. Silver Fox recommends just Twitch, also totally an option. FX is the perfect channel for crazy shows, says Joe. Not a bad idea either. We'll have to look at it. So let's look at Lucha Underground. This is going to be sort of a baseline for what we're looking at in terms of production. Our location will probably be in the Southwest as well, because it's probably going to be filmed in Hollywood. Our product is probably not going to be Grindhouse Lucha Libre. And they actually, I was waiting to do this, they just added a specific product that I think might be perfect for this promotion. Coheed also says MTV and VH1 is desperate for content. MTV might pick something up like this because I figure it's going to have a heavy kind of alternate style to it. But we'll have to take a look. I don't know whether I want to have integrated women's wrestling or a division, but this world is going to be very dark, very gritty, and basically people are going to die on the show. Not in real life, but their characters will be murdered, sometimes in the ring. So the idea is that it's basically like a big blood sport. USA Network garbage is their specialty. Yeah, but not our kind of garbage. So we're probably not going to pick this core product. But let's see what their size is. Because that is probably the key. That would be under where? Is that estimated roster? No. Popularity, I think. Calculate size. They would be considered small. So what do you guys think? Would this promotion be a medium size or a small? Like, I feel like small feels right. It'd be about the NWA's size. What's AEW considered? They should be bigger than small, right? Because this is not going to be an AEW size company. This is going to be, this is a smaller, more niche brand. Hopefully it gets bigger. It's considered medium. I don't think it's a medium. History Channel. Yeah, this could be speculative History Channel, future history. Small with just with a massive budget. Right, I think that's exactly right, King Coheed. I think that's where we need to be. It is probably going to be a pretty niche at first. So, okay, so Donta comes in with some good suggestions here. So medium is normally where people rate WWE and AEW right now, so small just works better. I kind of agree. I think that's probably where we're going to set. Where is their popularity set at? 20. Our criteria for small would be 35 in our home region. So they have it at 35 and everything else is 20. I feel like that might be right. So let's go ahead and build it. Like I said, we're not going to have any of our graphics packs set up really yet for this. We're just kind of doing the behind the scenes work for this. So let's add a new item. We are going to call this Cyberpunk. I realized as I was making my folders, I should avoid labeling this CP because this has a very different connotation, and I realized I very quickly wanted to change the litany of folders that just said CP on my laptop to something else very quickly, because boy, that would look bad. So we're not going to have a website. We're set to open in 2021, which is when we start, and we are going to be located in the Midwest. First thing up, what do we feel about prestige and momentum starting out? What are we going to be? I'll give you guys a second to kind of come in and chime in here. start with like 21, 1 prestige, 1%, done. I mean, I figure if a name like Elon Musk invests so many dollars into new television show, it's going to have some prestige and momentum out of the gate, right? It's not going to just have nothing. High momentum, really low prestige. So what would be considered high momentum for us? 40? Like, it's going to be out of the gate, it's like, whoa, what's going on? I kind of like the idea of 20 prestige because of the name and 40 momentum. 35? Is that 35 for momentum? Maybe 35, 20? 60? Oh, God. We're thinking 60, 35. We have a consensus here of what would be strong momentum. I mean, it sounds like 40 or 45 seems pretty strong. We got Joe saying 30 momentum, 20 prestige. I think prestige at 20 feels right all around, because it's basically only being held up by Elon Musk, right? But he's not a television producer, so it's not like he's going to have like, oh man, it's not like when Lucha Underground's like Mark Burnett, creator of reality television and CSI, is running this. Yeah, so I think we're going to set 2040 for now. This seems like I'm seeing some consensus of 60, 30. I think this feels right. We can always tweak it. We got to move on to money. How much money would Elon Musk, a billionaire, invest into a television show? We can't go ridiculous. Like $1 billion, right? Like, it's not how much he's going to invest. We could do a little bit of research to figure out. I think a good example of this sort of passion project would be the show The Expanse, which apparently Jeff Bezos loves so much that he paid for. I don't know if we have an actual price, though, of estimated how much it cost. Because, like, our budget would probably be pretty similar, I would think. 50 million. 50 million's a lot of money, though. 2 million might not. So we got 25 million, 3.5 mil, 5 to 10 mil. It is Elon. It is Elon. Like, that'd be a lot of money. Huh. You never heard of The Expanse? It's probably one of the best, like, sci-fi TV shows out there. I'd highly recommend it. If you like any type of science fiction at all, especially hard science fiction, yeah, let's do 5 mil. I think 5 mil sounds good. It sounds like enough to be a passion project. Because what was it? What did AEW get? 10 million or something like that from one of the world's most richest men. So 5 mil seems, comfortably within that market, enough to really spend. Hard science fiction. So there's hard sci-fi and soft sci-fi persona. So soft sci-fi would be like space fantasy. Silver Fox says 5 mil is rookie numbers. It might be, but we can't go too crazy. 5.1. Okay. 5.1. 50 million. There was no way Chad Khan put $50 million into AEW. Is that true? That would be nuts amount of money. Like that. Holy shit. I'm not going to look it up right now, but that would be a crazy amount. So, I mean, in that case, 10 mil doesn't sound ridiculous. Man, that is a lot of money. But we're also a much smaller. It was only 190 million. Oh, only 190 million. We are a much smaller niche product, but I think 5.1 sounds okay. I think that feels pretty good. There's no limit to our size. Hopefully, we become the largest television show in the world. Drug policy, probably are gonna need one, but we'll save it for later. Will not be a Young Lions system because it's a television show. There's not like a order or structure. Priority is definitely television first. And our merchandising levels are probably going to be comprehensive at first. And same thing, we're in terms of production values, we're going to have to, you know what, you're right, because we're going to have to invest in like everything, right? What are you guys saying? Production levels, we got to go to the very end? No such thing as sobriety this promotion. No, that's our NXT save, Joe, where everyone is hopped up on steroids. But, I mean, we don't really need a drug policy, actually, because we're really treating it like a TV show. I think maxing it out for production levels seems right, or just one below, but, like, we're treating it like a major television show. So we would want everything, you know, produce your music on-house. So we want to go in-house for that. Live broadcast quality need to be cutting edge. Merchandising level should be comprehensive, I think. Production values, we would want industry like leader. We would want to be like the best in production because we're trying to like make a statement. It's going to cost a lot of money, but that is the goal, right? Live event experience would be professional. Actually, we might want to balance this down because we're not really doing live events the same way, right? I don't know. What do you guys think about live event? Because there is going to be like a live component. Think like a Lucha Underground, but they're kind of part of the extras in a way. Enforced dress code. Maybe that would probably be more professional. Given how the game works, here's what Dante says. Given how the game works, maxing out, you'll probably become another Lucha Underground. So probably treat it how more a small company would work in a game without bankrupting. I think you're right. We'll probably do industry standard for broadcasting, in-house music. I think large for live event, maybe medium. Industry leader for production values, because I think that's the area that we do need to go heavy in terms of what we're doing, because we're doing something different. We're doing CG, other crazy stuff, you know, all that nonsense. I think that looks right to me. Announcers we'll have to deal with later and get into it. Okay, so that's the start of it. Popularity, I think, in America needs to be set to 20. With Southwest set to 35. Canada's probably gonna be about the same. Mexico is probably gonna get bleed off on it and probably not as interested, so probably 10. British Isles will probably be similar to Canada, but probably it depends on what we get for our marketing deal. So let's say there's a bleed off of maybe 15. Hey, Logic Gamer, how you doing? 5. Did Mexico 5 Silver Fox? Is that what you're saying? Japan, probably not as interested. Canada hates wrestling. I don't think that's true. Joe, you're in the chat. You're an official ambassador of all of Canada. Tell me, does Canada hate wrestling? Five for Mexico? Okay. I think that's fine. British Island, I think 15 makes sense. Japan, Japan might be a little bit higher than Mexico, but not by much. I'm gonna do like a weird one, do like 8. Europe, probably like a 10. I don't know if they have. Do they have TVs in Australia? I don't really know. Probably a 10 too. And India, probably pretty low. We'll say 5. How we feel about this? Does this look okay? Hey, Logic Gaming, thanks for joining. Yeah, please watch that NXT save. I would love to see some high numbers on it. But I hope you like it. I'm having a lot of fun starting to book that Origins of NXT. This is a custom company. For those that are joining in, we are making Cyberpunk Pro Wrestling a serial drama television show that also happens to be a wrestling promotion. So right now we're trying to build our size calculator. It's going to be small. We are going to be small sized. So I think that's right. What do you guys feel before we bounce out of here? Does this all look good? Or believable, I should say. Ripstar asked, like Lucha Underground, exactly like Lucha Underground, but taken to a slightly further level. Thank you, Logic. Yeah, I liked doing the Road to Glory, but honestly, I thought one of the reasons why I stopped it, besides losing my save kind of with that corruption, because I didn't have a proper cloud save on it, was I just didn't feel like that was the right type of show for a local to global. I'm still planning on another like Road to Glory save in the future, but I'm waiting for Gennady to release a Golden Age mod for this. King Coheed says, I would have some additional points in Western US. That's a good point, because there's going to be some bleed off, right? So let's say Southeast. Where's Hollywood? Hollywood's closer Southwest than Northwest, right? No, I wouldn't consider. Like Northwest would be like Washington State, right? So we should probably do like, let's say 27. Maybe 25 in Midwest or something like that. How's that sound? And actually, I think just because it's a hotbed, I think we should have a bit of a bump here in Tri-State, because typically the Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey region just seems to like wrestling a lot. People travel up and down there for work, says Coheed. That's a good point. Hawaii probably has a little bit less, and so does Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico likes wrestling a lot, but they like Puerto Rican wrestling. So like I feel like they don't really have that much pull in here. Ripstar says Lucha Underground was awesome. It's every day. I'll tell you what, my partner, she watches wrestling with me. She's not a huge fan, but she has people that she likes. She has things and periods of time that she likes. But she will always say yeah if we were to rewatch Lucha Underground. She would not say yeah if I was like, hey, you want to watch TNA with me tonight? She's like, I'm going to go on my computer or something like that. But she would be like, yeah, let's watch Lucha Underground. So Chicago's U.S. capital of wrestling. Hey, that's a good point. I mean, Chicago is like a hotbed. So we should probably... well, I think we did that. Midwest was is Chicago, I think, right? Territories. I'm not gonna look it up right now, but I think we're right. Oh, let's not talk about Orange Hater. It terrifies me. I see it in my sleep still. Even the Joey Ryan parts. Yes, absolutely. Even the Joey Ryan parts are okay. Actually, she loves the weird meta-ness of him being named. Him being a real person, portraying a wrestler, portraying a cop, using his real name, portraying a wrestler using his stage name. So okay, we have this set up. So yeah, the goal with Cyberpunk is kind of being a spiritual successor of Lucha Underground in a way. So let's look at this. This is going to be one of the most important ones here, because with the new product system, we have a lot of different options, and what Lucha Underground was Grindhouse Lucha Libre, according to this save at least. Yeah, Joey Ryan is a pervert, but those parts are still pretty funny. Will I sign Jonathan Grisham? I think definitely on the list right now is Grisham. Seemed like there was a fan favorite in here, but this is kind of why you guys are here, because once we get this done, we're going to do some casting. We're going to try to figure out who we want that's in the save or who's not in the save that we can bring in. So stay tuned for that. So I don't think Grindhouse Lucha Libre is really the focus here, but this is kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for, matches. It's probably actually we want something closer to 50-50 parity on TV shows. The GOAT says this game is confusing to me sometimes. It really can be. So what we want from Cyberpunk, right, is this idea is that this is a serial drama. It's a television show that instead of being, and I might do like another video on this about my rant about wrestling, but the idea of this is that we're trying to evolve wrestling past the idea of sports entertainment, or broadening it to not just be about a show that's emulating a sport. Instead, we are trying to make a television show that happens to also have wrestling as its action, or part of its action. So the Grindhouse stuff does kind of work a bit, but it's not really what we're looking for. I think we also have these episodics that are available, which is episodic sport designed to be a binge watch TV, which is definitely an option. The new one that showed up just recently, I think might be perfect, is where is it here? Oh, where did it go? There's one that's called like Noir. Did they get rid of it? Did they get rid of it in the last save? They better not have gotten rid of products, because it was pretty much perfect, I thought. Okay, Gritty Adult Noir. Tell me what you guys think about this one, okay? Tell me if you feel like this is right for us. Professional wrestling is portrayed like an adult TV drama. It's based around storylines and character work, generally using lots of angles, aka film scenes, to unfold the plot, with strong language and graphic content. Matches tend to be violent, or at least short and chaotic, although their quality is not paramount. So, we feeling good about this? Well, here's what the breakdown is. Fans expect 4 events for special events of pay-per-views: 60% matches, but 40% angles. TV shows are 45% matches, 55% angles. So most of it is character work with a couple matches in there. Matches are rated on a ratio between 40-60, 60-40 in-ring action and popularity. I think this is perfect. Now, here's the tricky thing with this, though, because they definitely want it dark and gritty. Like, this would be like an M-rated, or not M-rated, what's it TVMA, right? This is like, we would see this show on HBO or FX or something like that. It's not going to be on like a network light and fluffy channel. It's going to be one that's like, oh wow, this is kind of dark. Oh wow, there's nudity, there's blood, there's cursing, right? So the problem is, though, is we would have some limit in broadcasting time, which just makes sense, I guess. But I feel like this is it. I feel like this is it. It's gritty, dark. I like it. X-rated on Showtime. I don't know if we're gonna go that far. There's not gonna be live sex celebrations, but there could be, there'll be scenes of sex and nudity. It's a TV show. Like, think of, like, what if Game of Thrones was a wrestling show, right? That's kind of the idea. So I think we're gonna pick this one. I think this is perfect for what we're gonna do. I'm a big fan of this. So gritty noir, women's wrestling. What are we thinking about women's wrestling in this promotion? Do we have a division? Do we have it integrated? Like, how do we do it? Do we just have women fight everybody? What about Fast and Furious? Good point. While you guys talk about women's wrestling, let's take a look at this Fast and Furious promotion. All right, everyone says integrated. So, Fast and Furious, or we also have Fast, Furious, and Deadly. Generally associated with smaller wrestlers, is a fairly serious style about match quality. Matches are fast-paced and cutting edge. I don't think it fits our tone, though. And I don't think Fast and Furious Deadly does. Fast-paced matches is still more match work, and that's what we're not looking for. There are no rules for the apocalypse. Integrated wrestling. Absolutely, that's fine with me. So let's go back to our... We also had these comic books. But I think I like this dark. I think I like this gritty, dark adult noir the most. I think it fits the most of the style. But this comic book dark would be comic book characters come to life in professional wrestling setting. Distinctive dark and gritty feel towards an adult audience. 70% matches, 30% angles. I still think it's not right. I think gritty adult noir is our winner. Yeah, I think this is the winner. We're sticking with this. Let's go ahead and do integrated. The AI booking doesn't matter. We're not really worried about it. So the match focuses are a new thing. I have to kind of remember how this works. SRG asks, will there be champions? So sort of, I think. I don't know yet how that's going to work. I think so. I think there will still be champions, or at least rewards for winning. I'm not sure how the championship belts are going to work quite yet. So maybe that's something collaboratively we can figure out. A ranking system is a great idea, Persona. But I think we probably still need a belt just for the sake of how the game works. A bundle of roses. A bullet. But there will have to be some kind of hierarchy. There are things to work for. And, if you think about it, even like a blood sport thing, there's tournaments, there's trophies, there's money, prizes, and ultimately there are belts in combat sports that kind of say, hey, this person's top of the food chain. Yeah, Coheed, that's exactly what I was thinking about, actually, is that the idea is, so Coheed, for those that are not in the chat, he says that champions are getting rewarded by additional food. So like, kind of the idea is, it's half Hunger Games, half like Blade Runner. That the world sucks. The rich are basically paying people to like move out of their like hobbled lifestyle. And so if you win a prestigious tournament or something like that, not only are you ranked higher in the blood sport or in Cyberpunk, what happens is, like, all of a sudden your accommodations go up. So you no longer just live on the streets. You now are paid for to give you like an apartment. It might be a shitty apartment, but they might give you, a boon of some sort. And the higher you go, the more likely you are to like get out of the poverty. And that's kind of what the allure is to like breach outside the walls of the city and live with the elite. So that 2K original, kind of not far off, actually. So, tournament for a feast. So we'll work on that, and we'll figure out how we want to go with it. Okay, what were we even looking at? I totally forget. Oh, we were looking at match focuses. what do we do for the match focuses? So this is how we're going to be rated. So this is actually pretty important. Am I going to be basing it off the game? No, I'm kind of using the term more for the tone of it. I actually played the pen and paper RPG for a bit, so that's kind of actually my inspiration before the video game kind of came out. But it's not really going to be set in that setting. It's using cyberpunk more as not that world, but the term, right? Cyberpunk was kind of coined in the 80s from William Gibson's like Neuromancer series. So it's got like a tone and a theme, and definitely the world's going to be similar, but it's not going to be based in that world. Justin Bear asks, is this the new Cyberpunk series? Yes, it is, and we are trying to build it. Okay, so match focus controls how much the match rating for each show is calculated. So with the regulars considered 70% main event and 20% best match, or 10% average for the rest of the undercard. Main event spotlight is 90% main event. 3-ring circus is calculated by the average of the main event plus the 2 highest rated matches. What do we want here? How do we want to rate the show? Ensemble, 40% match rating, 40% best match, and 20% average for the rest of the undercard. I think that's probably ensemble focus, I think, is the way to go. Angle focus. Let's see how this is. Angle focus setting controls how overall angle rating is how that is calculated. We want to make sure this is right because this is going to really kind of be the thing that can hurt us or help us in the situation, right? Regular focus is we are rated on the 70% of our highest rated angle, 20% of our second highest, and 10% of our third. Tight focus is then instead rated on 90% of the highest rated angle and 10% of the second highest. Highlights is rated based on the average of the 3 highest rated. If there are less than 3, then the average of the remaining are used. And consistent is rated on the average of all angles. I feel like it should be consistent. What are your thoughts? See what you guys think. Danta says, a bad scene in a TV show can really hurt that episode, so I feel like it should be consistent. Yeah, I think that's right, because remember, it is a TV show first, wrestling second, so these segments all have to kind of be cohesive. So, just to make sure we're talking about ensemble and consistent for the 2 focuses. I think that feels right to me. I think that feels right. Weight split, I don't think we need. Face heel divide. I feel like it's loosely enforced. I'm trying to remember how this affects us. A company may choose whether to have a disposition divide or not. If they choose not to, all face heel effects are turned off. If it's turned on, it means a worker on a roster will either be a good guy or a bad guy and will be expected to be booked accordingly. Company can be set to either use face or heels. Okay. Disposition divide can be enforced in 3 levels. If it's not enforced at all, there are no penalties. If it's loosely enforced, the penalties are doing so are very minor, and full enforcement penalties are significant. So, I mean, like, there's heroes, there's villains, right? So, even if the waters are murky, like, I feel like loosely enforced makes most sense. We could just turn it off and say there are no faces, no heels. Everybody's just a character with their own motives, which actually probably is a little bit more realistic to a television show. What are your guys' thoughts? And we will have stables. We will have managers. Doc says, actually, this sounds pretty heavily enforced if there are good guys and bad guys. That's a good point. Goat says there shouldn't be any face or heels. I'll let you guys kind of argue amongst yourselves for a second. because I think this is an important one, because this will kind of dictate. We have loosely. Okay, so we got 1-1-1. Oh, we got another loosely. Okay, so we're starting to lean on loosely enforced. There does need to be a face heel divide. So I think it sounds like the consensus here is that probably loosely enforced. It gives us a little bit of a wiggle room of like anti-heroes and things like that. Justin Bear comes in and says, I feel like Cyberpunk is more of a gimmicky-based company, so then that there should be a face or heel divide that's heavily enforced. King Coheed says loosely. I think it sounds like we're all kind of overall leaning to loosely. Okay, we'll stick with loosely. We'll still have stables. We'll have managers. No weight split, because again, this is not a sport. This is blood sport. You live or die in the ring. It doesn't matter if the guy you're fighting is 400 pounds and has a cyborg arm. You're gonna fight him. You're gonna fight him for the amusement of others. Matches should be scripted. Call in the ring. I feel like, I don't know. So should they be scripted? Or are we letting the wrestlers kind of dictate how that match is shown? Like, are they letting... That's a tough one. Will there be pay-per-views? I think so. Would loosely penalize rapid turns. I think it would be penalized, but not as much. So matches being scripted are going to prevent a natural flow of happening of in-ring psychology, but will probably provide a more consistent performance in matches. I think for a television show, it makes more sense that a very veteran wrestler will help choreograph a match and they will perform it. So I think we're going to stick with scripted. I don't see any reason to ban high impact moves or things like that. Because we're kind of a trashy company in every other capacity. Because we're pretty violent. Things are going to happen. We're going to try to just protect people where we can, but that is what it's going to be. Seems like everyone's saying pretty much scripted. That says, I feel like scripted would make more sense for a TV show and have more control over the actions of the wrestlers. I agree. They are acting after all, so the scripting matches would make more sense, says Goat. And Logic asks, if you did scripted, would it mean the wrestlers would be safer and have purpose in the story? Yeah, scripting, I believe, we can take a look at the scripting rules here. We should have... Wow, there's actually no description of scripted matches here, maybe in match type. This would be the same way as if you were to add the scripted match, kind of modifier, I believe. Precision swerve, it's a shoot fed. But I basically, I don't see it on here, but the general consensus from what I understand of what scripting does is that it does not allow for a wrestler's psychology to come into effect. It's heavily focused on the road agent's psychology. But that means that if you have wrestlers with very strong psychology or very strong technical skills, they're not going to be able to utilize that to kind of improvise. So we have to have a really good road agent, because they're or several road agents, because they're going to be the ones really beat-to-beat scripting matches. And remember, that's not uncommon. For a very long time, almost all of NXT matches in takeovers were 100% beat-by-beat scripted, especially the women's matches of 2014 and 2015. All of the Becky, Bayley, Sasha Banks matches that people raved about were mostly scripted by the road agents, because they wanted to really have that psychology and beat to beat really hammered down. So it's not uncommon, but for television show, I think this is perfect for us. Okay, this looks good. I'll write a profile after. We need our announcers and all that other stuff. What backstage rules? No drugs, no alcohol, no smoking. 3-hour show time. Nobody leaves before the matches are over. Transport is organized, and hotels are organized. I don't know when that changed Persona, but I know it did change at one point. Catering is provided. No outsiders allowed. I think hotels probably should be paid for too. Allow all drugs and alcohol. No, this is like a Hollywood studio set. They're not gonna let them. We might allow smoking and alcohol, but no drugs would be allowed on set. I think that's right. What do you guys think? No smoking, no drugs. Okay. We need steroids. No steroids, Joe. Okay, here. No. Okay, I think this looks right. Even if it's gonna cost us a little bit more money, I think we're set on there. What is our estimated roster? So we are looking at somewhere between 30 to 36 wrestlers, which sounds right. Anywhere between 2 to 4 managers. We need probably 1 or 2 announcers, 1 or 2 color commentators. We need 2 to 3 referees, and we need 2 to 4 road agents. We might actually want more road agents than less because we're going to be more taxed here. Justin Bear asks, how big is the company? It is a small size, so it is a smaller company. Think more niche product at start. Probably very similar to like a Lucha Underground in size. Okay, so actually, I should probably call it Cyberpunk. No, it should just be called Cyberpunk. Sure. Oh God, could you imagine like Cyber Ventura? So we got that down. Now it's about contracts, right? Now it's about who do we add, who can we get, who can we add to bring in. I think the first thing we should look at is, well, actually, before the contracts, we should probably be looking at the networks that we should be trying to shoot for here, because we are going to need a TV network for this. We need some kind of deal. So let's look at what networks we have available. Where's our TV networks? TV show? No. Why can't I find it? One of my broadcasters. Okay. So I want to search this. I want to look at this list here. We got Spike, Twitch. Spike is now Paramount, I think, but they don't. I think they're still in there. Sci-Fi. So like Sci-Fi makes a hell of a lot of sense for a cyberpunk Blade Runner thing. Owned by NBC Universal, broadcast style is Sci-Fi. Wrestling Stance is pro. Risk levels are high. They will allow a small size and anywhere. Minimum popularity is 40. I don't think we're going to do CW. I think CW is too big, because I also kind of want something that is like small or larger, or smaller, or small or smaller, I should say. Because I think CW probably is like very well, and also like I don't think it's going to be on a network. MTV VH1 might. Let's see what Their medium, their minimum requirement would be a medium, so we wouldn't really be able to do that. I think we're going to go with sci-fi. I think sci-fi makes the most sense. They're desperate for product. They will accept a small size. Netflix also does make sense, but I think Netflix or Hulu also would take it. I kind of like the idea of sci-fi getting back into a wrestling show, though. I feel like it fits their brand the most. I don't know. I'm leaning towards sci-fi, but let's look at Hulu, or let's look at Netflix first. Netflix even in here? Netflix isn't even in here. What the hell? They're so not involved. Oh, FX was the other one we were talking about too. TV2 at 4 a.m. right before people's play. No, I want this to succeed. I don't want this to fail. So they have small coverage. They cable commercial, no actual broadcast focus, which is true. I don't have the popularity for sci-fi. That's true. I don't have the popularity for FX either. But I could. I mean, we can kind of cheat and start there. I feel like our goal. I feel like we would start at sci-fi. Our popularity is a little low for what we would be allowed in, because we're way lower than that. But we would get like a tentative contract. Like maybe we only have 1 year in our contract to try to boost our popularity to either renew or actually move out. That gives us kind of a challenge. But I feel like we fit. Oh no, we're not doing YouTube. This is an Elon Musk joint. This is gonna be a TV show, my man. Like we're gonna go on to the big times. So I think Amazon also is not a bad option in terms of production. I don't think Amazon actually has a brand though, and we don't want to do El Rey because I feel like El Rey gets us into a problem. So no matter what, all of our popularity is too low for this. I think we're gonna go with sci-fi for now. I like the branding, and we wanted to look at CW would want 65 popularity anyways. Elon Musk, it's obvious what to do. What's that goat? Are we gonna shoot it right to space? Buy your own TV network. I know, would work. No, we're gonna work within the system. I think we'll do sci-fi. We could. We're gonna have him. He's gonna be loosely associated with it, right? Because he's funding it. He probably buys his way into a time slot on sci-fi. I think that's what we do. So let's set up the TV show. Yeah, Dante says, I just lower the pop down. I think I will. I think I'll lower it to 35 in one region or something like that. Put it on E. No. Okay. How long is this show? Like a typical TV show is 1 hour. But a wrestling show is different. Do we do this for 1 hour? Do we do this for 2 hours, an hour and a half? What do you guys think? A typical TV show is 42 minutes with commercials. Now I'm going to let you guys decide. 1 hour, 1 hour. One hour 30, 1 hour 30, 1 hour. Give you guys a few more seconds to kind of decide. Seeing a bit more hour and a half, which is very abnormal for a TV show, though. A lot more 1 hour 30. All right, I think. So I'm leaning to 130 myself because I feel like while a TV show tends to be an hour. I feel like if it's more like low 1 hour, yeah. I mean, it's tough to say, right? Like, I mean, a 1.5 hour show is really a 2 hour show because when you include commercials, it's hard to jive with that. I feel like it makes the most sense to do 1:30 though for now. We're a major television show. It can simulate a 2 hour with a commercial. I agree. 2 hour is still a 2 hour TV show. Is very weird, but we are still a hybrid wrestling show, so we have to kind of deal with that. Lucha Underground was 45 minutes. I don't know. I'm still struggling between that 1 hour, 1:30. You will also be putting in more angles and matches. Yeah, actually, the show requires about 55 minutes or 55% of the total time being angles. I don't know. We can come back with it for now. Normally we would tape multiple shows at a time. I still just, for the sake of me filming, I don't like that because I think it becomes blocky and uninteresting. Because what I would have to do is make like one bigger episode and a bunch of small cuts to you guys. So 1 hour might be easier. Guys are still arguing with it. Hour is way too short. Yeah, I think we'll start at 1:30. Seems like the general consensus. Like, a part of me says 1 hour feels right in terms of realism. I just don't see a TV show ever being 2 hours. But, perhaps a 1 hour 30 is like, 1 hour 15, really, right? Logic asks, are you live streaming the show or is it all video format? It's probably going to be video format. It's kind of how I prefer to book these. And I'm also doing something very different, or at least planning on it, in how I produce it. I'm going to add a few more visual elements. So those angles, I'm hoping, I'm still testing it out, are probably going to be shown up to the viewer as a visual novel where characters will be showing up on screen, dialogue maybe going back and forth a little bit, so there could be a little bit more visual elements to kind of match the more cinematic focus of the company, and because of that, it's not something that's feasible in a live stream. So 30 angles, 30 wrestling, make it 1 hour show. Yeah, I think 1:30 is fine. When are we going to hold this show? It's a Friday night show. There's a Thursday night show. There's a Sunday night 9 p.m. show. Logic says it sounds impressive. It's gonna take a hell of a lot of editing. It's one of the things I'm working on right now. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm hoping it will, but as you know from my other shows, I've been trying to add a little bit more editing flair, like those custom NXT title match transitions that I made. Friday, Saturday, 4 a.m. Monday. No! We're getting a lot of different opinions here on the time. Friday night show. So Friday's interesting because Friday's a death spot for most television shows. Thursday would avoid us competing against SmackDown. In terms of television releases, television shows tend to show up. Sunday nights are big days, Thursdays are big days, and like Tuesdays are big days. I think Thursday, I'm leaning towards Thursdays. What do we have Thursdays? We don't have anybody Thursdays. Sundays would interfere with a lot of pay-per-views and could be a problem, which would be an issue. Keep them one at a time. I think Thursdays make sense. Saturdays at 8, there's not much competition. That's true. But weekends tend to do bad for television shows. Unless you're like HBO, where you release a show every, like, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with Thursday. We're just going to call it Cyberpunk. Now, we need to get a contract. I think I am going to tweak a little bit here what we had talked about with sci-fi. So we talked about minimum popularity, 35 in one region. So that would make us, like, legitimate there. I think. Minimum size small. Minimum popularity would be 35, which is our home base, and in a minimum of 1 regions would work. Hopefully that doesn't screw anything up too much. Now, broadcasting deals. What is the starting pop of the promotion? Right now, starting pop is 35 in our home base of Southwest, and roughly 20 everywhere else, with some boosts up in the US. Wrestling is a sport. It is true, but we're not treating this like a sport. We're treating it like a TV show. But we also still are probably going to get wrestling fans watching, so we have to be kind of careful with where we time things. Now, we need to add a new broadcasting deal. So, we're going to do sci-fi. Let's go ahead and bring them in. Where are they? There they are. Skiffy. Our company, Cyberpunk. TV show is going to be Cyberpunk. Now, I mean, I would want prime time on sci-fi. So here's the question: Do we get that time slot? Because we could cheat here. We get this. The idea is Elon Musk put a ton of money in this. It got a bunch of press. Sci-Fi's picking it up. I would think this is going to be a tent pole for a dwindling broadcaster. But I could also see them struggling with the feeling and pushing it to late evening. I don't know. Late night sci-fi. Elon Musk. Yes, Elon Musk is the owner of this, is the story we're setting up. That Elon Musk, being bored, wanting a wrestling promotion, and his love of science fiction has made Cyberpunk pro wrestling. So that's the story we've built with the outside of this. So we're gonna do late evening. I feel like for the content, I think makes the most sense. Do we just give ourselves 1 year? Say it's a 1-year deal. They have a show on Mars. I mean, it can happen. Yes, I did make Elon Musk as a worker. Yes, his totally real love of pro wrestling. I don't know. Dude, Elon Musk is such a nerd. I would not be shocked if he actually liked pro wrestling. 30% wrestling revenue split. They're probably going to be a little cautious, so they're probably going to want a little bit more money than normal. So what do you guys think about revenue split? 30%, 15, 20%? This is going to be kind of the challenge here. Is how much money do we make? Because on this show. It says, hope Elon Musk's picture pack is him with a stogie from Joe Rogan. It's not. I actually have it up here somewhere. I thought it's that. So, you know, it's him more normal with our sci-fi picture pack. 35%. Even AEW was getting 50%. Here, I'm more 35. Is it just like the other Cyberpunk, says Gino? Sort of. We're revitalizing. It's not going to be a local to global. So it's not going to be that. Record name. I think this fits right. Minimum quality needs to be a 53. Seems actually really high for sci-fi. I'm thinking 45. What do you guys think? And they'll have the exclusive rights to all coverage. Would be the, or actually, does exclusive rights forever? That's just when all coverage means that they were not allowed another broadcaster to show the footage if they have coverage in any region. Because no other broadcaster can show the footage if they have coverage in a region. The area, if a company signs a new TV deal, was blocked from broadcasting show to a TV exclusive deal, broadcaster deal cannot become active until the existing deal has finished. I think that's fine. I'm seeing more 40s. And early 40s. Okay. Exclusive US. And we can broadcast somewhere else. Yeah, that's actually true, because I don't think sci-fi is anywhere else, right? That's a good point. Thank you for catching that, Coheed, because you are right. They probably would not get exclusive coverage everywhere. Yeah, okay, we're going to stick with 35% to the company, so we're not going to make a lot of money. They're getting most of it, but they're also kind of, you know, are they paying anything for the show? No, we're just kind of, I think this is probably right. I think this feels right to me. So we're going to keep that. We're going to set that up. Stranger Things crossover. They would all be dead in this timeline, though, because that takes place in 1980, what, 4 or something like that. This takes place in 2084, so they'd all be like 100 years, over 100 years old. I mean, we could bring the cast over, but all right, Logic's going to check on what the broadcasting reach of sci-fi is. I'm thinking the game it might be wrong, so we might want to set it correct. But I think they have coverage. No, they just have coverage in the U.S. here, in the game. The year in the game is going to be 2021, but the year in the storyline of our wrestling promotion will be 2084. So, to make it clear, because we are making a TV show that happens to also be a wrestling show, very much like Lucha Underground. It's going to be in its own universe. So, it makes it kind of confusing, but once everything's working on it, it'll make a little bit more sense. So the last thing we kind of have to do, we won't do a lot of it right now, as we're kind of, because we've been running this for a bit, but we need to come up with people to be in the show. So we need 30 wrestlers. I don't want to do a lot of this just because I think a lot of this should happen actually during the game. Like, as we start out, we should be hiring people. Sure, it's not 2022. It could be in 2022. Maybe after coronavirus and all the other drama. Wish you could get actors in here. There's nothing actually preventing us from adding an actor picture pack. US and UK in sci-fi. Okay, so then let's change the broadcaster. And change that to adding some UK coverage. I'm going to say they probably have a tiny UK coverage, I would imagine. Or very small. Just to change their coverage here a little bit. So, okay, so we need some wrestlers. We're talking about who needs to be in a contract. So let's go back to our company. The thing I don't like about doing it here is we can run into contract issues because we can't filter like unemployed or things like that, at least not easily. Sign new check. Oh god, could you imagine? So we can do a ad for contracts. Germany also got sci-fi. Maybe we also add some UK very low. In which case they're going to have to get exclusives for those regions too. I'll have to remember to fix that. Okay. So this is why I don't like doing it this way, is because we don't know if they're working anywhere else. They're not going to have an exclusive contract with us. I know the one we need that I'll get yelled at if I don't is... Let's see. Oh, you know what? It might be a better way to do this than actually going through our contracts. Let's go through workers and add contracts that way, because we might actually be able to see their contracts through here. Because I think I can do search. Works for, like, nobody. Like, I think there's unemployed is an option. No, there's not. Works for nobody. Yeah, I just figured. Dante jumped in there right before I was stumbling through it. Ace Austin's definitely going to join in. We got to take a look at their contracts though. But where's Yuta? We need Jimmy Yuta. We were talking about so here's the thing about our show, right? We need to cast people that feel like they belong in a cyberpunk dystopian universe. And what we need is a hero. Right now we have two main characters that we're thinking of. The one, and I'll give you guys kind of a sneak peek. One guy is a squeaky clean, but kind of still got a little bit of an edge to him, underdog, who is lived in the slums of the city, the mega city, all his life. And for unknown reasons at the time at the start of the show, decides to enter the world. He's kind of our straight man. In sci-fi, you always want to have a straight man that we kind of view the world through, and gets sent into the blood sport, into cyberpunk. And their other main character is a sort of rich kid who comes from the upper class, outside the city walls, or in the skyscrapers, basically. And he comes down into the depths of the city to compete for an unknown reason. And the two of them are at opposite ends of each other. So in the Discord, we had talked about it, and Persona had a really good point that Jimmy Yuta would probably be a really good fit, or it may be one of the main characters. So we definitely want to add him in. He's also currently not employed anywhere on the save at this point. What's our contracts look like? I don't think we're big enough to do written contracts, right? Anyways, so everything would have to be, or at least exclusive contracts. I don't think we can actually do written contracts. Let's ask which one is Pillman and which one is Enzo. Yeah, I mean Pillman was probably going to be the main character for a while. So non-exclusive can't really be written. It can be written, but it cannot be exclusive. I'm trying to remember how this works. This is so confusing now. You can force them to work exclusive. I can, but I don't know if I would want that. I am trying to work within the system here a little bit. In Lucha Underground, they had a weird contract, but they were working other promotions, so we still don't have the realism of we would have TV exclusivity for them, but they could work indie promotions. We don't really have the ability to do that. I'm trying to remember the difference between written and handshake. And I think written just means that we agree to a certain amount of money. Anyone remembers or has a stronger understanding of these two, because they're still very confusing to me. Handshake deal is not legally binding, but the company and worker can choose to end the deal at any point, and there's a little security involved. Workers free to ask for pay raises whenever he or she wants. Handshake deal can be freely negotiated at any time. It would be really weird. Two main characters or two indie guys. So we're gonna do written. I don't think we're gonna do exclusive because I don't think we're gonna be able to get new hires as exclusive, right? So we will do written, and we'll do per show. That's fine. I'm not gonna put the wager downside. I'll let the game kind of randomly do that, and we're gonna say they have a 2-year contract. Or the 1 year. The 1 year with the same contract of the TV show. So we'll add Yuta. Perfect. Okay. So who do we want for our rich snob? Just call me Scott. Just join. Hey, what's going on? We are trying to build up our roster for our weird sci-fi produced, Elon Musk financed, futuristic TV show about wrestling. And right now we're trying to cast people. We got MJF, Hammerstone, Richard Holiday, a lot of Richard Holiday. Let's take a look at Richard Holiday. Because I do kind of want to bring people in that are younger or abnormal, not my usuals, right? And also I need somebody young. So EC3 is way too old. MJF would be perfect, but I feel like is maybe because I have a feeling his contract is exclusive to AEW, we wouldn't be able to do him. But we can look at him. So we got Holiday here. Arrogant heel, swagger is definitely, popularity is, rising, is fine within our potential here. Or we looked at popularity already. Attributes, amazing heel, which is what we want. Plays Weasley underdog well. Ergo stunt. The MJF is not written in AEW, so we can look at that too. Yeah, Persona did yell at me in Discord about signing AEW guys, so I'm gonna try my best not to. Can't guarantee it'll happen. I kind of like this guy for this. I was watching some videos this morning of some MLW promos and things like that, and I do feel like he fits a rich kid aesthetic. Skill set, what are we looking at? What we really want for any of our characters, though, I need high star quality, high charisma and microphone more than anything else. So we can still have good wrestlers, but anybody that's going to be a major character must have really strong microphone work. And that's actually something we should look at Wheeler about to see how he is. But star quality looks really good here. Acting is a little weak. unfortunately. But microphone and charisma is not bad. Acting is a weird attribute in this game, this edition. Rado for comic relief and kill them off in the first pay-per-view. So the attribute for acting we can look at here, I think it's a weird one. Rated on acting. So it's higher it is, the longer you keep it up. Acting skills compared to their star quality. So I mean it's an acting skill. Attributes. Oh, we want the anything specific about those skills. So I mean, acting skill is a little low, but his microphone and charisma is decent. I think we grab him. I think we look okay here. So let's make the contract set. Again, we're gonna do the same. I think he does it MLW. We got to take a look at what his contract is here. Handshake per show is fine. As long as they're not exclusive, we'll be okay. Unfortunately, I don't have a template here to make for this, which would make life a little bit easier. But we're gonna do written per show, iron, blah blah blah. Let that all be random, and we're gonna do 12 months. RJ City could be a great get. So we got 2 there that will work well. Let's take a look at Yuta real quick. I'm kind of curious what his acting and his charisma abilities are. So I actually haven't looked at that. Star quality is a little bit lower, so it might be a problem in terms of our main character. Could be a good supporting actor, but we want somebody that has a high star quality as a potential here. Our music cut off. Let's go and restart that real quick. Jacob Fatu for Unstoppable Monster could be really good. Yeah, that's a crazy street rat. I mean, all of these are definitely possible. I think we still need to look for a strong. So let's look for a strong actor, right? And I look for. Oh man, I can't find. There's no strong. There's no like search like we have for the. In the actual negotiation, unfortunately. Shane Mercer. Look at Shane Mercer. I like Yuta a lot, though. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get his, if he's going to be able to carry or show. Charisma is going to be an issue. It should be an underdog. It definitely wants to be, we want it to be like a, like not necessarily an underdog, but like a pretty strong baby face. We want someone that feels like a kid that's thrown into a situation they can't control, right? That they're in a bad spot. Also, actually, what we do need is a Griff Garrison. There's no Griff Garrison. We gotta add Griff Garrison, guys. I need a Griff Garrison. Does Griff Garrison have a different in-ring name that I'm missing? I don't think so. We don't have. I don't think we have a picture for him or anything. Okay, we need a Griff Garrison. Sounds like you just want Brian Pillman Jr. I don't know if Brian Pillman Jr. is the right fit for our main character. Are you focusing on older or younger stars? Our main characters definitely are going to be younger stars. I think some of our characters will be older stars, but generally what we're looking for are relatively lesser known people, because what we want is people to fill roles of characters that they've not already portrayed before. So think of Lucha Underground and how they took people. Some of them are indie people and they reworked them. A lot of them are younger. We're kind of going for that dynamic. Darby Allin would fit, but I think he's exclusive to AEW. But we also need Griff Garrison, so we need to add Griff Garrison. No Swoggle. Do you have any info on Griff Garrison? Let's pull up Griff Garrison here. See if we can get any. Do I even have a? Okay, we do have a Wikipedia article, so we have a little bit that we can work on here. John Skyler might not be a bad get too. Let's take a look at him. Okay, so we got 6'3", 202 pounds, born January 7th. When CZW guys would also be pretty good. I don't see an age for Griff Garrison. Anyone know the age of Griff Garrison? I'm assuming he's young. Five and a half. All right. We'll keep it at this. 96 would be like 18, right? Or something like that. Or 21. I don't remember. Set to review. Okay. We need Griff Garrison because I need someone to actually murder in our first night, our first show. So, spoilers. I need someone that's a strong baby face that will get absolutely demolished by someone and actually killed. We're looking for a young all-around wrestler whose skills are average wrestler who is somewhat entertaining, who looks okay. Looks good. Sex appeal 99, not Jungle Boy. Damn. Star quality is a little low. We'll make him like 40 in star quality. Charisma, all right, this all looks fine. Menace is pretty much non-existent. Yeah, that looks fine. Good in ring randomness here. That I like that. Makes life really easy. Rascals would be a great get as well. I agree. All right, we got Griff Garrison. Let's go ahead and get him a contract. Oh, we gotta save him first. I didn't really care much about his skills and stats because, like I said, we're just gonna kill him first. But I have that's what I want to do. So that's what we're gonna do. Written for like expires in like a month because you're literally just gonna be on the show once and die. Are the Rascals an exclusive contract? They are in Ring of Honor. No, they're not. They're in Impact. I don't know why I said Ring of Honor. Was it Wentz and who's the other guy? That's a Rascal. No, it doesn't look like they're exclusive. Kind of everywhere already, though. This is the Real World Chronicles June update. Desmond, that's right. What's his contract look like? Handshake low, ongoing contract began. They would be good gets. What's their skills at? Strong charisma. That's what we want. Was it Trey and Desmond? Why did I think it was Xavier? Or not, why did I think it was Wentz? Strong charisma. Zachary Wentz is literally Ace Austin. Oh, should we get Ace Austin? We should get Ace Austin too, right? While we're here, let's grab Ace Austin. I think Ace Austin has a role here for us. I enjoyed Slammiversary except for the last match, the ending of the match, the final match. Like I dug everything on that show except for how it ended. Even though the Ken Shamrock match was weird. I don't know if anyone watched that and felt as weird as I did watching him botch a dive that he should not have been doing to begin with, and standing around confused while his teammate was getting pinned and not breaking it up. Not looking like he was angry or ignoring it, just looked like he got lost for a second. Push Austin to the moon, god damn it. Yeah, no, we're definitely getting Austin in here. I like this idea of bringing in Wentz and Xavier. I think it's a cool idea, so let's go ahead and do that. Same thing, we're gonna do a written for a year. Coheed said, wait, what's going on? Oh, good catch, thank you. We'll fix that. There we go. Done. Sammy, I feel like would fit well. We got Xavier. We need Trey, right? Part of me. So one of the other things I kind of want to do is I was thinking about maybe do we want to get some old Lucha Underground guys in too, like because it's such a spiritual successor in our minds to it. Do we bring some of them in that are still free? So like Willie Mack or I'm trying to think of some other people that are not bought out already that we can get. Matt Cross, people like that we can probably bring in. But Johnny Mundo I think is written already though. Wentz is part of the Rascals. Okay, I thought so. I was like, in my mind, Wentz is part of it. I don't know why I was thinking that he wasn't. So we'll bring them in. They'll be like a gang or something. Like I said, they're all gonna have to have new names probably, similar to what we did in our original local to global save. So if you're in the Discord, I'm gonna make a little channel where we're gonna have names and personalities and bios, and if I like them, I'm just gonna add them in. Frankie the Mobster. I kind of would rather have Big Rick than Frankie the Mobster, but we can do it. Yeah, I mean, we might just name him Wentz, right? Like, how about Willie Mack? Do we want Willie Mack? I like Willie Mack a lot. Eric Rowan. Man, yeah, what's he doing? I think we grab Willie Mack. 10-year contract. No, that's not right. That's crazy. Because he's not exclusive, it'll be fine. Eli Everfly and his partner. Aerostar. Famous B. Suzuki, I think, is not written, but not sure. Okay, so let's reset this. Let's look up some names we just had. What's Famous B's real name? I don't remember. AR Fox. That's right. Should be in here. What is going on? Oh, still search. AR Fox is in handshake agreements with 3 companies. Dario Cueto actually, so Joe, it's funny you said that. I think I have to add him into the save, but just to prove it, I'll open it up. I already have it planned. We're gonna rename him. He's definitely gonna be like an authority figure. So there you go. Just proof that I was already on top of that for you. But it was gonna happen. It was gonna happen. Don't you worry. Justin Bear asks, "How do you get into the Discord server?" There should be a link. Let me actually take a second here and link you now. But it's in the description of every video file that I do. But I'll throw a link into the chat now so you guys can get ready. Like I said, I don't have that Cyberpunk channel yet, but be prepared because it will be available. Here, I'll just do the 1-day invite link for everybody in the chat right now. Link in the YouTube page is expired? It's supposed to be set to unlimited. Oh, that's not right. That's not the right link. Expires after no limit. I don't know why. Try that. That should do. I'll check it again and make sure, but I thought I had set that link to a no limit one. If that's the case, though, I'll update them. Yoshitatsu, jeez. Okay, so let's look at AR Fox. Again, we're looking at, we want at least above 50 charisma or microphone. His microphone work sucks. His acting sucks. But the charisma is over 50, so I think it's something we could use. Not everybody needs to be a great actor, but because of the focus of angles, it's definitely going to be important. Hey, Dane, how you doing? What do we feel about AR Fox here? Do we feel like he has a role in our cyberpunk dystopia? Actually, I should look to, what's your hardcore at? Not bad. Yeah, I think Desperado's exclusive. Good hand. Yeah, I mean, not everybody, like I said, not everybody needs to be a character. Some people just need to be adversaries, right? So I think this is not a bad get. I think I'm willing to do this. One per show. Expires. We'll do 12-month contract again. All right. There we go. So, and he do good underlings. That's true. So that's a good get. Ario, is he? Yeah, he is in the save. Perfect. We're gonna grab him right now because we do need a personality. I think again because it is gonna be kind of a love letter to Lucha Underground in a weird way. I thought having him come in would be a fun nod to the evolution of wrestling in a weird way. Per show exclusive, written, perfect. Should just go to CZW and take a look. I mean, yeah, we should probably look at CZW to see who we can grab. I have to imagine that their acting styles might not be up to snuff, but we can find out. B's real name is Brian Winbush. We'll take a look and see if he's on here. But I think he might even be on here as Famous B. I might have just had it wrong. DJ Hyde. I mean, everyone loves DJ Hyde. I like Dave McCall. I don't know what his skills are. Okay, star quality. Hey, what's up, Connor? Welcome to the stream. No, we're not going to have Tyrus and Swoggle as dancing space partners. His skill set's a little weak, and he doesn't have amazing mic work. Era Noir, possibly. Let's look through who we have in CZW available right now. Any of these names pop out as somebody we really want. Obviously, we pulled AR Fox already. We need about 30 wrestlers. We also do need, somebody really strong as a big boss kind of situation. Cinta de Oro. Not familiar, but we can take a look. Let's check these two first. Is Kara Noir? I don't think Kara is in it. Something we could look at adding. So it's going to be a bit. Casey? Let's see. Oh wait, I still have CZW on, don't I? There we go. Kara Noir. Let's see. See what your skill set is. Ooh, charisma is fantastic. Acting is fantastic. I think this is a winner. Like a Maria Kanellis. Jordan Oliver. I'll bring Frankie in. I gotta get Frankie. But I think this is a good get here. Definitely could fit like a cyberpunk aesthetic too. Doesn't really need to change much. So definitely kind of wrestling everywhere. He can wrestle in he's inactive in US. We'll cheat and we'll make that work. What do you say? Is there a language barrier though? No, he's fluent. Oh, Sin Cara. No, do not want Sin Cara. Gannon Jones and Duke Davis would also be a good potential. Let's take a look at their skills. I think that charisma is going to be... You take off restricted areas. I really should, honestly, because they're just a pain in the ass. And maybe I will in this situation just because realistically... Oh, I should be looking at this merchandising cut. It's fine. I don't want to deal with it. I'll give them the 25%. Just an Aries. It's not a bad idea. Gannon Jones. Not appear to be in the save. Paul London also was in Lucha Underground, so that would fit in terms of... Duke Davies not in it either. Duke Dalton. Who's Duke Dalton? I don't know this guy. Anyone know this guy? Whoa. Whoa. Who you at? Who is this guy? Anyone know Duke Dalton? Guy's attributes are significant. It's a little bit older, but I think we could use this guy as maybe a bad guy. What's our badass gimmick? Old school face, dominant. Why don't we go with this guy? I never heard of him before, so we'll need a character for Duke Dalton, but I think we could do something with him. He's got the attributes we want. Joshua Bishop. We will take a look at Joshua Bishop. And I'm not familiar with Joshua Bishop, so doesn't have a character image, which is fine because again we're making custom images. Working at AIW, just as a handshake, not a big deal. Skill set. Give him the Judge Dredd gimmick. Ooh. Chavo Guerrero, I would not hate bringing back. So this guy's pretty good at brawling, great at hardcore. I want to check his visual. I'm an aesthetic person, so I kind of want to see what he looks like. They're gonna have an idea of what we make him to be. Wrestler. Guy. I'm assuming it's this guy. Is that an old picture of him? This guy. That looks fun. So I think that's him, right? So we could probably do something with him. He had great stats here. Go back to those stats real quick. Alright, so here's the blonde one. So it's really strong hardcore, which is actually helpful for our promotion. Psychology doesn't matter because we're... Yeah. And then, you know, like I said, anything over, like 50 or over in any of the acting skills should be enough. So he's okay. What do you guys think? You cool with this guy? We have to give him a picture, but we're custom making him anyway, so... Danny Jordan. Take a look at that. Actually, I'm gonna give this guy a contract. We'll figure out what to do with him later. But I'm liking the fact that right now we're really pulling people that are unknown even to me, because I think it's going to be something that makes creating characters for them a lot more compelling, because we're not just relying on their existing character work, right? Huh. Okay, man, we got a lot of names here. Danny Jordan last one I was looking at. Danny Jordan does not appear to be in the save. Can we get Los ice creams? I don't think they fit. Though an evil group of cybernetic ice cream men is interesting. I don't know if we signed them right away, though. Jack Evans is signed, I think, to an exclusive contract to AEW. I'm betting it's exclusive. It's written, so we cannot. So we're not going to cheat. We're not going to change anything. It's the same thing with, like, MJF or Maxwell. Jacob Friedman, I think, is in an exclusive contract now. Is written and exclusive. So we can't get him if we wanted to. Jungle Boy, we're not going to be able to get. All the other ones we're not going to be able to get. Famous B, we forgot about. Let's check his skill set, where he's at. Fantastic charisma for what we're looking at. Strong on microphone. A little weak on acting. And strong all around. I think this is a good get for us. Contract-wise is completely free. Yeah, I mean, MLW is a good starting point for a lot of people for us, right? So I'm don't mind kind of stealing a lot of people from that. Let's go ahead and grab Famous B here. And obviously his work in Lucha Underground is going to be important, because it's probably going to identify where we go with his character in Cyberpunk, potentially. PCO? You know, PCO, I don't know if he's got an exclusive contract in Ring of Honor or not. I think that's pay per appearance. It's written, so we can't. Somebody that we could shortlist to bring in as a character, because I think this dude could be like a crazy, like, cybernetic character for us that could be interesting. Dan Champion. Let's take a look at that. No Dan Champion in the save, unfortunately, as far as I can tell. Jeff Cobb is... I don't know what Jeff Cobb has written, actually. Let's take a look. I don't think he's written. He's everywhere, but he's not written anywhere. He's just a handshake. I don't know if Jeff Cobb fits. Does Jeff Cobb fit for us? I don't know. Again, technically a Lucha Underground guy, so it fits within that great brawling, great technical. I mean, he can have a steroid problem. That's fine. It's not an issue. We'll deal with it. Great star quality, great charisma. And has some alter ego, so we can always bring him back as Matanza. In a weird way, and make him like a road warrior. Let's do it. Let's grab a Cobb in here, but we'll modify his Matanza character into something else. I like it. Why not? I mean, like, Matanza had... If anyone hasn't seen him... Like, he was in that mask. You tell me we can't fit that into some kind of modification and make that some kind of cyberpunk character. We can do something with that, I assure you. Ricky Reyes. We could bring Ricky Reyes and Little Cholo as a little bit of a homage to both Lucha Underground and also the beginnings of our cyberpunk local to global save a couple years ago. Oh man, there's a lot of names popping up here. Give me a second. Matanza is the leader of the Los Ice Creams. I don't know about that. Let's look at Little Cholo. Is Little Cholo not in there? Or Ricky Reyes? Let's see. Decent charisma. Decent stats all around, actually. Contract's currently empty. A little bit older now. It's a possibility. I don't know if I want to straight up bring Contract out yet, because if I can't get him as a tag team, I don't know if I want him alone right now. I think we put a pin on that for now. It might be a hire we do during the game. Shane Strickland is... I think Strickland, isn't he in WWE now, though? Yeah, he's contracted to NXT. I mean, he was Killshot, right? I think. Get partnerships with companies. I mean, we could certainly bring some people in from elsewhere. Amazing Red was another one that was thrown out there. Rights are short. I don't think I know this guy. X Division champion at one point. A little bit older. Your skill set. A little weak where we need him to be. I don't think... I don't know about him. Again, maybe a hire in the future, but I'm not sure about right now. O'Shea may not actually be in there. No, just Eddie Edwards. I'll pass. I'm good. Thanks, though. I do know who I do want in. I always got to bring a fan favorite of mine. Even though he's everywhere right now, which is a pain in the ass, but I gotta bring him in. He might not be in there for long, but you guys know me. You know I have a problem. Selena. Take a look. This who we talking about? Is she a wrestler or is she does have some wrestling. Good charisma though. Good star quality. Davey Richards is not a bad option. We could do something with him. We gotta figure out what kind of character it was. She's a manager. It's not a bad. She's an MLW. Okay. Well, I think I'm familiar with her. I don't hate this. We could use a manager. Rusev is free. Certainly an option. Let's look at MLW real quick and see if there's anybody else that we think we could steal. That I feel like Fatu could work well. I don't know. I kind of like Fatu in that. I don't know if we bring Machete in as well. Io Shirai, I think is currently still taken. At Sidel, Team for 7 Cup. Oh, we didn't get Gresham. You're right. Let's go back to... Oh, I don't think Gresham's in the save. Jordan Oliver. Or did I... You know what? I might have, before I go into this, I think I did this again. Yeah, I keep on trying to reset and not doing it. Alright, Jonathan Gresham. Let's see. See your skill set. Strong brawling, strong technical, above average in our charisma, sex appeal, and microphone work. Should be a pretty strong get for us. What's your contracts like? Currently Ring of Honor as Handshake, so we can steal him. I'm fine with it. Let's do it. Yeah. I keep on forgetting that the filter's on. Keep on thinking that I changed it, and I keep on not. We're talking about Jordan Oliver. In a lot of different contracts, but they're all handshakes. Check the skill set. Very strong charisma. Again, very useful for a show that is mostly storylines. Don't know what I would do with him as a character, so we'll have to come up with something for him. But we'll do it. I mean, I think that's a good starting point right now. I think we got a lot of interesting characters to start to work with. I don't want to go overboard because we need 30 or so, but we don't need to get them all right away. You know, we just need some random people. Everyone just ignore the screen for a second because I have problems and I need to, you know, just, no one's watching. They book all my favorites. Don't pay attention. There we go. Okay. Everyone can turn back to the screen now. I think Mason Orion is out of the business. I think that is correct. In fact, he's not even showing up anymore. James Ellsworth. This looks pretty random to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Frankie. We'll get you Frankie. Frankie the mobster will come in. I'll bring Frankie in for you. All right. Let's look at what that roster looks like for now, real quick. I just kind of want to see it. And Bari. Don't judge me, Rip. I have problems, okay? And Kimberly needs to be on my show. I'm sorry. I don't know what we're gonna do with her, but that's what we're gonna do. Okay, I just want to look at our contracts real quick. So we don't have a lot, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19, 20, actually 18, because 2 of those are personalities. So good starting point. Let's do a few more. We're talking about. I don't know if Enzo fits. Okay, let me look at what we got here. Bari. No, we got Oberian. BXB. Oops. BXB Hulk. I'm not familiar with this. Okay. BB Hulk. Professional wrestler working dream. Okay. Check her skill set. She's basic English, fluent Japanese, so language is a problem. So we wouldn't put her in character work. Star quality is great. Technical is really good too, and aerial. We could do something with this. We could do something with this, I think. Even if we give her like a manager or something, I think we could probably work around some language barrier issues. Is that a he? Oops, looked like a girl. Sorry. It's hard to tell from the tiny little picture, but we can work with him. We do need some more tag teams. The tag team wrestling is probably going to be a smaller focus in the show. We are not getting Sexy Star. Jessica Havoc might not be a bad get. Is it KA? That's it. Really can't spell that. Okay. Yeah, that seems like that could fit. Where are you at? Impact, Shimmer, and so you have handshake agreements everywhere. Skill set, very strong charisma. Ooh. Yeah, we need a heavyweight. We need more women. I agree. So I think this is a great get here. Let's do this one. I like the idea of Evilise, again, because we're bringing back a little bit of that lineage from Lucha Underground. So let's take a look at Evilise real quick. I think in real life, I think she just signed with NXT. Someone help me with the spelling here. Evilise. There we are. Let's see. Skill set should be pretty good all around in terms of, yeah, everything. Thunder Rosa is not a bad option either. How about Delilah Doom? While we're talking about female wrestlers. Again, a similar aesthetic that we can do. Oops, I did it again. I know. Before everyone says it, I did it. I know. Don't worry. Did it. We're fine. Eric Young. Feel... Okay, so here's a thing. I would love to kind of reunite Sanity. And we can cheat here, because while he just signed with TNA, not on this save yet. So... and while we're at this, let's grab Fulton. But I don't think we're going to have him with Ace Austin. Tiki Dice Facade, the Pope, Lindsay Snow. Oh my god, there's so many names. Guys, hold on. Rowan for Sanity. Ooh. Ooh, I don't know. Let me grab Sawyer Fulton first. Wait. Am I missing something? Does he have a different name that I'm missing? Sami Callihan? Mac, are you saying Sami Callihan or Sami Zayn? Because I don't think we get Sami Zayn. Facade. Let's look at Facade real quick. Yeah, a lot. Oh. Professional wrestler. I don't know this guy. A lot of neon, though. I'll give you that. Thrill Seeker gimmick. What's his skill set? Strong charisma. Okay wrestling. High aerial. Madman Fulton. Might be under Jake South. I don't know if we're signing Silas. Sorry, Joe. It's a possibility in the future, but I don't think Smash has exclusive. I'll double check, but I don't know this guy at all. So again, could be kind of fun to try to book him as something different than he's used to. Yeah, just a handshake. That's fine. Sami Callihan. I like Sami Callihan. I think fits very well. But I do want to bring in Fulton. Oh, scared me. I saw the A1. I was like, wait a second. Danhausen. Lindsay Snow. I could check Lindsay Snow real quick. Oops, spelled it wrong. So you want me to bring back Solomon Crow? Some American actress or wrestler or some worked in Shine. Or I don't know her. Let's check her skill set. Little low on microphone work, but could be a decent extra. How do you guys feel? Tremantis Black. I'll take a look at Max the Impaler too. You know, I'll do Ripstar a favor. I'm not 100% positive about this one, but we will give her a shot and throw her in there. Because we do need some extra female talent, and I'm happy to throw something different in there. All of the ants. No, people already say I am a Chikara mark, so I'm not going to try to grab anybody from Chikara at this time, really. Max the Impaler. I don't see an Impaler. We have another name for him. Also, apparently we can't find Fulton anywhere. Which is still very weird to me. Whoops. Wrong one. Should be an Impact, right? How is he not there? Very weird. Might be something we need to add. Jake South. Oh, thank you. Okay. There he is. Okay. Cyber. Written. 12 months, and we'll throw Madman Fulton in there for his gimmick for now. We'll have to make something else with it, but we'll do something with it. Yeah, I mean, there is no one in Shikari right now. Oh boy, I gotta catch up here. Pope for commentary is definitely a possibility. Dice Facade, Pope, Lindsay Snow, Thunder Rosa. You ever talk about Delilah Doom? How did we feel about Delilah Doom? While I was talking about. Oh, still in just got that 80s throwback thing that might be interesting. Let's see here. Charisma. Charisma's okay. Above average. A little weak in terms of skill set. What are our thoughts? Cyberkong. Yeah, I feel like FTR just doesn't fit the aesthetic at all. Maria Manic. Take a look. Jigsaw might be a good get actually out of all of that. I'll put a pin on Delilah Doom. No one's talking about it. Thunder Rosa, I actually could really easily see in that aesthetic though. Skill set should be pretty good in charisma. Strong skill there. Let's go ahead and take that shot for now. I have to come up with another character idea for her, but we could do it. Oh, no, not Ironclad. I will. You want Sabby? Tino Sabatelli? Sabatelli? I think he's still probably. Tino? Yeah, Tino. I bet he's still contracted. No. With the charisma of a wood plank. Yeah, no. I don't know about that one. I recall saying Savvy. Nolo Catano. Nada on a katana here. Teddy Hart. Actually would fit. Is Cyber Kong? No, we don't have anything cyber, right? Any Kongs? Any other Kongs? Congo Kong. I don't know who this guy is. You at? Your skill set at? It's actually better than I thought it would be. Not about this guy. Chris Hero. I don't know. I don't know if I feel like Chris Hero. I still trying to stay away from known faces. I don't really want people, for the most part, that have been in WWE for any length of time. You know, Winward or Winwood. No, Dino. That's someone named Vlad. Oh, yeah, no. No. Yeah, I don't know if Hero fits the style. Jigsaw. Ooh. Eric Rowan. Again, I'm trying to stay away from the though I mean I just did Eric Young, so I guess I'm a liar, but so I guess I could look at Rowan. I don't know though. Alex Riley. Again, still trying to stay away. I can't back out of that. Just said it. But I guess for the most part, for people that are like at NXT for a little bit, I don't really consider that much, even though Eric Young is definitely a bigger name, but I feel like we could use some veteran status that can be molded into something interesting. How do we feel about Rowan? You sound like 6 Impact guys. I know. It's a persona. I know I'm a hypocrite. I'm trying to work the best I can here. Zicky Dice actually would be a good get. I think we could do something with Zicky Dice. Zicky Dice feels like the character that is not actually a wrestler that much, like an occasional wrestler, but is like a sponsor or like a black market dealer or something weird. I could see him fitting a role in the story somewhere. We gotta figure out what that is, but yeah, I'm not feeling Rowan, but I do feel Ziggy Dice. Bear Bronson. Bear Bronson. No picture. Above average charisma, weak microphone, very good menace though, very good brawling too. Let's bring up a picture of Bear Bronson. Go to the old Bing. Oh, this guy. Like a knockoff Kevin Owens. Actually, Kevin Owens is standing there. Yeah, Zicky Dice does feel like Howie from Uncut Gems. What do we feel about Bear Bronson? I mean, it's moldable. We could do something with him. I don't know about Tyrus and Swoggle. Though Swoggle actually did some good work in Chikara. I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna throw this guy a bone, and I think we're gonna sign him because I think decent stats, but ultimately I think we can mold him into a character really easily and do something interesting with him, even if he's just like a mid-tier muscle or somebody. We're talking about Fatu. I feel like Fatu actually would be a great get. Like, I feel like Fatu could become a really great character if we do something with him. And great microphone work and great charisma. So we know that he can carry a scene well, which is helpful. The question is, do we bring his tag team partner with him? Or do we just have him kind of do his own thing? Because again, we are not shackled to the restrictions of previous bookings, right? We kind of can do whatever we want. Golders, check him. King of Nothing's got Golders or Yoshida. Is this the Golders that you're talking about? Jesse Golders? This guy. Actually pretty okay microphone charisma work. I'm not familiar with this person. A little bit older. Still young. TNA debut. Okay. Hard to these clues. I think we could probably do something with this guy. Let's take a look at his stats again, though. Get a closer deep dive in here. So, strong athleticism. Match work, okay. But an above average performance work could be helpful. Goldberg, jeez. I think Goldberg's too well known. Like, it's gonna be hard to. Oh, we could bring Holodead in too. That's actually a really good idea. Let's bring this guy in. We could do something with this guy. I don't know what yet, but That'll be your job in the Discord later to kind of come up with some characters for these guys. And we'll see what works. But I'm willing to take a shot on this one. Holodead, though. Let's grab a Holodead. Unpopular cheat code. Goldberg, man. Be so weird. Should be fine on these. Say 7 charisma. It's kind of underwhelming, but we do need an extra hand in the women's division. Or not, we don't have a women's division, but we do need an extra. Kind of bring a little bit more parity. Okay. We'll do it. Glacier. Casey Navarro. Name sounds familiar. Is that who I think it is? Why do I know this guy? He's in CCW. This might be a good get. Let's see. Skill set. Above average there. Decent hardcore. Not great. Decent flashiness. The Shockmaster. No. Let's grab him. Alright. I think that might be the last one we do for today, as I don't want to sign everybody right away. I want to give us some time to kind of develop some characters for these people. So for now, let's look at this roster. Let's look at what we have. See what we're really looking at here in contracts. That going, maybe. All right, so we got a pretty strong start of mix of people here. We didn't pull Pillman in here yet if we want him. Our idea is still maybe having our main character be Yuta. Even though he's maybe a little bit weaker in the microphone work, won't be a problem. But we can kind of play around with it. I think this is a cool mix of people, though. And what I really like is that it's not a lot of people that we really know that much, right? It's not people that are excessively in, like, WWE. We have some Impact stars. We have some people that are known. But there's people that we can kind of turn and mold into our own characters. And we still have a bit more. I think, like, 5 more people we need to get. You just want me to get Eddie Edwards so we kill him. But for now, I think we're going to put a pin in it. So the next step is jump into that Discord and make sure we're going to set up a character ideas tab. I'm going to have to start to make character pictures for these guys like this. So that's going to take a little bit of time to kind of get that working. Everybody that is in the save is going to get a custom character picture. And then when we fine tune it and actually get it ready to go, I'll also release the database, even though it's just going to have the Cyberpunk promotion and a template to make your own. So if you want to play along, I'll have a template that you can make your own custom character grabs, which could be a lot of fun. Shockmaster Jr. But I think it's a good place to end it. We've been doing this for a bit. I think we got a lot done. We got the promotion pretty much set. We got the roster pretty much set. There's a few little odds and ends we got to do. We also got to get like a road agent and stuff like that. But I think we can do that offline. We don't have to worry about it too much on here. But I think our main creative focus is set. So Joe also offers some pictures. Yeah, I mean, well, we'll look for pictures for some people. If you guys got good ones, add it to that suggestion chat as well. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. I have been rambling on for a while now, so we might do one more of these, or if not, I don't know when the actual Cyberpunk will start. It's probably going to be in the future, maybe in a couple weeks. Maybe the beginning of August or something like that, because I still have to get those fancy graphics down yet that I've been talking about the storylines and get those kind of fixed up. But I think we did a lot of work here. So thank you guys for hanging out for a couple hours, getting this done. Like I said, go into Discord. Let's talk more about it offline and see if we can kind of make this something interesting and special. I hope you guys are excited about it, because I really am. Wow.